Hi, my name is Jesseline, and this video we are going to learn how to multiply decimals. If you watch, go ahead and watch my multiplying by whole numbers because it will give you 3 different ways, and we're going to use those 3 ways in decimals. And you multiply decimals almost the exact same way you multiply whole numbers. There's just one thing we do at the very end. So let's take the decimal. Let's do 2.8 times 4. We're going to do 2.8 times 4. So 2.8 times 4, if we write it, 2.8 times 4, go ahead, again, the same thing. The most digits will go up top, and then the smaller digits goes on bottom, and just line up your digits. And we're going to pretend like this is 28 times 4, okay? 28 times 4, what you're going to do is 4 times 8, which is 32, so you have the 2 and write the 3. And then 4, carry the 3, because we still have stuff to multiply. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11, okay? So we have 112, but that's not really true because it's not 28, it's 2 8/10. So what you do after you get your answers, you say to yourself, well, how many numbers are behind the decimal in my problem? Or behind the decimal in my problem? Well, if you look here, here's a decimal, and here's an 8. 4 is not behind a decimal, although it's behind this decimal, kind of. It's underneath 8. It's not behind a decimal. 4 is a whole number. We're looking for numbers behind the decimal, okay, that are in place values of the tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, and so on. 4 is not in any of those place values of the decimals. So we have 1 behind the decimal. So in your answer, you have 1 behind the decimal as well. So this becomes 11 2/10. You can do it with place value as well. Do it by place value. 2.8 times 4. And you could say this is 4 times 8/10. 4 times 8/10. So 4 times 8/10 is 4 times 0.8, which is 3.2, because 0.8 times 4, well, 4 times 8 is 32, right? 4 times 8 is 32. And we have 1 behind the decimal, so there you go, 3.2. But it's 4 times 8/10, 4 times 8/10, and then 4 times 2 is 8. Right? 4 times 2 is 8. So we have to make sure we line up place value when we're adding. So 4 times 2, because that's in the ones place, 4 times 2 is 8. Line up our decimals. Ones place under ones place. So that would be 0.2. And then 11. 11.2. And that's how you could do it with multiplying by place value. Okay, an area model. Okay, let's do 2 digits by 2 digits. So we could keep that 2.8. We'll keep that 2.8, and then we'll multiply it by 3.5. Again, when you do traditional, since they both have the same amount of digits, it doesn't matter, okay? We don't have to line up decimals or anything like we do with addition and subtraction. But we're going to do it this way. So we just multiply like we did a 2 digit by 2 digit. 5 times 8 is 40, so we write down the 0, carry the 4. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 4 is 14. We're going to write them both down since we don't have any more numbers to multiply by. Now here, again, we are going to hold our place value because right now, this place value represents the tenths, and we don't have any tenths. We're starting with the ones place value. So 3 times 8 is 24. 3 times 2, so we carry the 2. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. We're going to add those up, and we have 980. But we look at our answer, how many numbers are behind the decimal? Well, we have 8 and 5, so pull in the decimal. 2 behind the answer, 2 behind the answer here, so we have 9.8. Okay, that is how you multiply decimals. I think the traditional way is probably going to be the easiest for you.